Khenpo over there in Virginia. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not that far.
The National Aquarium is in Baltimore. There's something you haven't seen, probably.
How you been, Khenpo? How you been over there in Virginia?
What is?
How you been there? How's everything there with you in Virginia?
Everything?
Yeah, how
Everything okay? Yes. Yeah.
Too bad he doesn't have anything to do.
Too bad.
Just
He has his own lake.
yes, yeah.
Oh.
Well, I was just thinking about the boom song and Wayne Bodhisattva. There's been a couple, things on his plate, I think.
So do you leave tomorrow, Tanya?
Tomorrow in the morning.
Oh, you're leaving tomorrow, fly or dove?
I'm flying.
Ah.
Yeah.
You fly or airplane is fly?
Probably leave her broom at home, right?
Have the rest of the day off tomorrow because it's Labor Day, so that's
that's nice.
Oh, tomorrow is a Labor Day, yeah?
Yeah, it's a holiday.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Good time to fly.
Yeah.
So you fly to Dallas or
was
where
the
you
plane
fly?
crowded?
No, to BWI. Baltimore. Baltimore run.
I see. I don't think the plane is crowded. This time is actually good go to fly. More seat.
Not too busy. At least
That makes it like clean up everything. Great, taking care.
Yeah.
Yes, I think it's clearer
than before.
before. Yes.
Sure.
Good. It's good.
Yes. So now we're going to discussion.
Yes.
And Tanya,
Okay.
so you must have to have a question.
Poor Tanya.
You won't listen in the class last night. You have a question.
And then I have no question.
No question.
You don't have a question? Well, you must have to have one question.
There's a question in the chat for you, Khenpo.
Okay.
Oh, well.
My.
What is it?
Chat room question, what is there?
You want me to read it? Sorry.
It's yeah, I can read it or you can.
Okay.
Okay.
I got it. So, dear Khenpo, please elaborate more about verse 32. Does it simply mean feeling superior, or can you give food with attitude of bodhicitta? Is that the right way of thinking of this, or of this verse, saying the best gift to the hungry is one's own spiritual development?
32.
Yeah.
So what is the question 32?
Basically, what if you give food with bodhicitta? Is because is this giving food without bodhicitta? Is that what that statement's talking about? I think that's what the question is. And
Yeah, without the bodhicitta. So she is disrespectfully giving to some others. Means not really have good intention, something, just showing something, right? Showing. And then that kind of generosity is not that powerful without a bodhicitta.
then the other
So
thing,
anyway, some people does like that. Other people think, wow, yeah, he did a great job. You know, the praise to them. But then compared to Bodhisattvas, so they're not only just benefit a couple of people, they benefit many beings, and not only just temporarily they benefit, they permanently benefit for other beings. So then that is what we're going to talk about. It means beyond the words. So that's just comparing, you know, like some smallness, very small tiny, you benefit someone. We say, some people say, wow, he did great, but it's Bodhisattvas more than that. Then, do you have any other question?
The other part of it was, it's the best gift to others, our spiritual development.
So giving to others, like, oh, I wanted to create my spiritual practice. So that's also not really perfect, you know, the intention, not really great intention. So not thinking about anything ourselves. I'm going to giving is like wanting to benefit so others. So that's the best, you know, great intention. Or I'm going to giving some generosity, create my spiritual path is better or strong. So then there's already holding the agenda. So then, so now who has a question?
I have a question, Kamala.
Okay.
So you mentioned special Bodhisattva and regular Bodhisattva. What is difference between these two? Is special Bodhisattva, like for example, Tara is a special Bodhisattva, and we are the regular Bodhisattva who's on the path becomes one.
No, the who's the in the relative to the Bodhisattva is you know, regular. Special means who is already into the absolute truth of Bodhisattva.
Then that's Buddha.
No, absolute truth of Bodhisattva is starting from first Brahmi.
Okay.
Not the Buddha.
Got it. Okay.
So relative to the Bodhisattva, as long as we take the Bodhisattva's vowels, then we are Bodhisattva. So here already yesterday talked. It's 18 yesterday said, and for him who has perfectly seized this mind with the thought never to turn away from totally liberating the infinite forms of life, means like starting that intention, you know, who has perfectly seized it, said or seized it. So then you talk the Bodhisattva vowels. So starting that, then we can call the Bodhisattva, but it's not absolute true the Bodhisattva. Become, we say we are regular Bodhisattva, yeah? Ordinary Bodhisattva, actually. Okay. So that's a reason, is some teachings say, and for him who has perfectly seized this mind with the thought never turn away from totally liberating the intention forms of life. This intention arise, then called the Bodhisattva. But absolute truth the Bodhisattva, not only like that, when they get realization, absolute truth, then it's called Bodhisattva. So that's the reason in this way of Bodhisattva, recognize Bodhisattva, the middle way path, Chandakirti, both recognize Bodhisattva is different. Chandakirti, they all know you are Bodhisattva means that he's talking about the absolute truth of Bodhisattva. And that first Pimi level. So here is know you are Bodhisattva means like relative truth of Bodhisattva who take the Bodhisattva vows. Then long as you have that good intention and you perfectly serve this mind, then we call we are Bodhisattva.
Okay.
Yes, Mary?
Thank you, Kamala.
So
You're welcome.
so who are, like, Manjushri is a realized bodhisattva. He didn't become a Buddha, he stayed a bodhisattva. And Chenrezig, is that right or not right? Are they Buddhas or what are they?
Can you say again?
So is Manjushri and Chenrezig, are they fully realized bodhisattvas? They're not Buddhas, they're not deities, right? Or are they? Or what are they?
They are deity, they are Buddha, they are Bodhisattva. They can be everything.
They're everything.
Yes.
Okay.
When they wanted to become Bodhisattva, they are Bodhisattva. When they become deity, we practice deity. When they came ready to Buddha, also is Buddha too. When they meet Buddha, Buddha Shakyamuni, then that time they are Bodhisattva. When they get individually themselves, they are Buddha and they are Yam deity.
They can be anything they want. Okay.
Yes, that's better. Why they anyone? What they are.
They're all in one when they're in that state, you mean? Okay.
Yeah.
Thank
Okay, so now EDG. EDG and Sandra keep how come like very quiet?
Okay, I have a question.
Yeah.
Okay, when you have the right intention and you are helping someone, how do you know that you're really benefiting them?
So how we know benefiting other people?
Yes.
It's long as someone need help, so you have a pure intention, good intention helps them. You recognize you feel it's great. Happy to do that. You did something great for someone. It's become you feel good, joy. So you get your own experience, happy and joy, because you recognize your own experience, like benefit others.
Okay, so I don't know if you really realize it or not. You know, are you really benefiting someone? You know, when
yes.
there comes a point in time when, yeah, I know I have skillful means. I've used the right skill. I know because from experience I have helped someone. So, but before Bodhisattva reaches that point, how do they know that they are really benefiting someone or not? You know, I can feel good about helping somebody, but that doesn't mean anything.
It's we have to just think about this different levels of Bodhisattva, right?
Yes.
They also have a different ability to help for others. So that's a section actually coming more and like Bodhisattva's like ability, you know, that means we have to really understand their abilities. So we are really beginners, not much ability, but always have something good intention, you know, wishing them more than action than wishing have good for others. So it's you have good ability, then wishing then more action. So that's you also you recognize what you're doing, right? So we need always mindful and awareness. What we're doing, we have to recognize. So then you do something, actions, you recognize benefiting them. So
Okay.
that's your question, or?
Well, that's the question, yeah. So you just keep working at it. When you have, I think you know when you have success, but you know sometimes
Yes.
you really wonder, you know.
Yes.
So the wishing and a sincere intent helps also.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
You're going to somewhere. You're going to hide. What is that? It's like below your camera. Oh. Okay, you moved already.
You're unmuted.
Removed. Yeah. No,
Okay.
anyone has a question?
Hi, Khenpo, could I ask a question?
Yes, please.
I had a question about 35,
Uh,
where it says, when bodhisattvas greatly suffer, they generate no negativity. Instead, their
yes.
virtues naturally increase.
Mm,
So this is very difficult. So how do we get to this? How do we increase our level in this area? Like,
have to use to and habituate, right? And we have to meditate, practice. So this bodhicitta is come from compassion. Compassion is come from love. So we have to meditate love. When you meditate love, we have to think about all mother sentient beings. They're all used to our parents. So when they are our parents, their kindness, taking care of us, same is in this present mother. So you think that visualize, wishing them all have happiness, then meditate, first meditate like our close ones, and then move to more others, become recognized every beings used to our parents. So that's also like intellectually understand. And then also we have to meditate. When you meditate more, and I'm not really that, practitioner for loving kindness, compassion, but practitioners say then your fear is become no bias other people, other beings, really close to fear. And then really wanting everyone have a happiness. So that comes from born into your mind. So through the meditation, and then of course, like long as you have that, then you recognize all these beings used to our mother. So when they are our mother, they protect us so many ways. When we get difficulty, suffering, so the mother always protect us. So recognize that, then know our mothers are suffering. So many different, realms, hair realms like hungry ghosts, animals, and human beings like that. You think about this all free from mother beings, free from suffering. So you wishing and meditate, cultivate that again and again, then comes a really strong intention. Your mind is like very strong, have like that kind of, wishing is strong arise your mind. Compassion come to equally for everyone. So then this it's easy. Then this is naturally happening because this bodhicitta means like, okay, so long as you have that kind of love and compassion, then bodhicitta intention practice is like, so you can easily take this difficulty on the path. So yes.
Oh, I was just wondering, so when it says they generate no negativity, that means they're not even thinking negative thoughts? Like first I was thinking they're not doing negative things, but maybe it's both?
Yeah, Bodhisattva greatly suffer, they generate no negativity means. So if I'm sick, if I'm not Bodhisattva, okay? So no practitioner Bodhisattva, just follow the teaching. I'm sick, I'm thinking like visualize, meditate, oh, this is my karma. So, you know, I want burning my karma, and also I wanted to burn other beings' karma. So then the sick is the suffering, but they don't create a negativity, right? And like they think, oh, I'm suffering, why I'm sick, I wanted to die or something like that. They never happen that. And then of course, like if someone stealing my car, example, then that is a suffering. Then the Bodhisattva not generate no negative means that they don't upset, they're not really thinking about, oh, who took my car. So they are wishing they die, are wishing they're suffering. So not think that kind of generate negativity. They just totally give up and wishing my car who talks benefit for them. You know, so wishing them that car is something benefit for that person. So totally the mind is giving them generosity. So then actually this Bodhisattvas no lose the car is giving generosity. They already create accumulation merit, but they don't create a negativity, you know, thought, right? Do you understand that?
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, so that's where like there's different kind of situations that take the path. Some like our own problem, so we recognize, oh, this is my own problem. It's like my karma is happening, and also many other people have same like that kind of create causes of suffering. That's all karma. It's like representative my suffering. It's burn others' karma, so their mind generate.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Khenpo,
Yes.
I moved a chair in my bedroom, and underneath the chair was a dead cricket. So then for the past 3 days, there's been a cricket. He's been walking around the house, but I didn't rescue him and put him outside. And then he found the dead cricket and he stayed there and he died. So now I have 2 dead crickets, and I
What
feel
does
like
cricket means?
this little bug, they
Oh.
chirp. So he found the dead cricket and he accepted his fate and he died next to the dead cricket. So now I feel guilty. Because I could have done more. Oh, okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Liberate them, okay?
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Very good.
Yeah.
Okay. That's the way. Thank you.
I have a question.
Yes.
I was just wondering, did I understand this correctly, that number 21, the main essence is that it focuses on love, and number 22, the main focus is that it's describing compassion. The focus is on compassion.
21, you say 21?
Yeah, was 21 focusing, it would be kind of like focusing on love, and then 22 is focusing on defining compassion. Did I understand that correctly?
Yeah, kind of like that, but not also 100%ly not like that too. So the reason is the first one is like say 21 is if even the thought to relieve living creature of merely a headache, means like wishing free from suffering, right? So it's a beneficial intention endowed with infinite goodness. See, that's also has a laws accumulation. Mary is like that's also loving, of course, love there, but also compassion there too. Because it's like wishing these living beings relieve the living creature of merely a headache. So it's good intention, right? Love is usually we say like all these beings, living beings have happiness, causes of happiness. So that is love. So compassion is we wishing every being free from suffering. So this is also said like free from suffering, because headache is suffering, right?
You talked a lot about kindness at 21. That's the only thing I wrote down.
Yeah, kindness, we can just say kindness. Kindness means like love, bodhicitta, compassion all combined together. Then 22 is so the way what needs is the to mention the wish to dispel the inconceivable misery, wishing every single one of them to release boundless good qualities, and also strong wishing for free from suffering other beings, and one really wanted to benefit each individually.
So that would be more related to compassion then.
Yeah. So that's always like just kindness, thought, kindness, mind. So then this top that we shared this today, the Buddha say when he shared the story. So you understand that, right? Clearly, when end of the day, he has a good intention, very kindness, mind, thoughts arise, so he free from suffering. So free from karma, like he created karma, like he hit the mother's head. So the person is very upset when he ready to go to on the auction to get this precious jewels. Mother tried to stop him, so he said, cry and try to stop him. So he said, I'm going to do these things. You cry, and it's bad karma, bad luck. You bring me bad luck. So that's why he upset and hit.
Khenpo, does it mean 21 is like the wishing? Because you were telling the story, he wished that he would relieve everyone's headache, and then though he died, but he generate that aspiration bodhicitta. But number 22, it's talking about the action bodhicitta. Is that that's what I thought? Because even though aspiration is good, however, wouldn't it be benefiting more when you can rescue or help dispel all their inconceivable misery, and wishing every single one of them realize the boundless good qualities? So wouldn't it be number 22 it's leading to the action?
Actually, the first number 21 is like the count number, like it's not many every beings thinking about. So it's I want, wishing or this beings who headache, something like you focus on specific someone. Is the below one is more number, countless beings.
I have a question if everybody else is done.
So they say the 1 minute first. The first 2021 has like said if even the thought to relieve. Okay, so living creature of merely a headache, it is a beneficial intention endowed with infinite goodness. So that's bring the goodness intention. It's actually they're not really talking about the many or the sentient beings. So then the Tibetan is very clearly the bottom say, okay, if you think like that, and then if you think every sentient being is incredible merit, because if you only someone has a headache, you wishing the headaches release. That also has a good merit. If you think the all sentient beings headache suffering release, that has more powerful. Like that is the 22nd.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Thank you, Fawn, for mentioning that too, because it 21 is it's like the principle of Mahayana then between those two. I was relating them more to just compassion and kindness, but actually it's really talking one being and then the many beings. So that if you can relieve the headache of one being, that's great. But if you could relieve the headache of many beings, that's beyond.
Yes. The first one is 21. It didn't say specifically one, but it's kind of like just the 22nd says if you say have a like that has the first one has that also have merit. Then second 22nd said if you think more than that, then of course more merit.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay.
Yes. No, it's Lisa, please.
Okay, this might not be a very nice question, but number 34, I'm wondering how that could possibly be true, because how do we define evil thoughts? It's also very dogmatic, and I'm wondering, like, how did somebody like Milarepa, who committed not only murder, but had very many evil thoughts, how did he not remain in the hell realms for all these eons?
So Milarepa who harm for others, they are no Bodhisattva.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Who these hunters, like think about it, the hunters really harm Milarepa. They put in the fire, they put in the water.
That's
so that kind of like person has really strong negativity deeds and non-virtuous deeds.
Well, then that makes me question more, because how can it apply to somebody who's a bodhisattva, but not to somebody who's a regular person? They're still a human being. So if you're, if you're murdering somebody who's just a regular person, aren't you still perpetuating an evil deed or an act?
So yeah, that's a like, say example, you kill the bugs and kill the bigger animal, it's a different karma.
Mm-hmm.
You kill the bigger animal compared to human being is more karma than animal.
Well, then how can it be if we just talk bad, if we have an evil thought?
So also like example, you just destroy regular house and destroy stupa and the temple is more better karma than just you destroy the regular house, right?
Yes.
Because each bodhisattva benefit many beings. Okay.
Well,
so that's the reason. And if you have a really, expensive something, we can say like example, two trees. One is not really used for anything. One tree has like benefit so many other beings. It's come the special medicine. and the medicine benefit many people. So one person comes, the both tree cut down. So actually, regular tree cut down is nothing affected other beings. And you cut down which tree is really giving medicine for recover so many other beings. You cut down that tree, so that is bad, right? Then comparing to other one.
Yes, but still don't understand, because we're here talking about things like murdering and destroying, but that number says if you have an evil thought. If you have if you have a thought, that doesn't mean if you like have a bad thought about somebody, that doesn't mean you're going to go hurt them or kill them. So there's a big difference between having an evil thought and actually doing something evil. And how do we find this evil thought? What is an evil thought? What is it?
So that's you know, the Bodhisattva, I understanding that, you know, destroying and evil thoughts a little bit different, right?
Perhaps maybe they mean slandering. I mean, even evil thought, like you
No,
think
evil thought is
badly.
like you wanted to destroy that person. You wanted to, like, you know, it's something wanted to happening for that person. So that is the evil thought, like bad intention.
So it has to be
same
really
is like, say, the David Data is Buddha's half brother. He tried to kill Buddha many times. So that is evil thought.
Okay, so it has to be really bad. It can't be like you're thinking like, oh, I don't like somebody, or I don't like.
No, that kind of, you know, just I don't like, oh yeah, him, it's okay. That's also like no good intention, no good thoughts, but not really you going to falling down to the lower realms for that kind.
Okay, well.
I wanted to care and destroy like so strong evil thoughts, right?
Yes. So kind of like the
something like some people see benefit many other beings, then due to jealousy, you know, it's due to emotion. So I don't want happening like that. He going to benefit others. So wanted to destroy.
So kind of like the evil they would talk about in the Bible or something like that. Murder.
I don't know, Barber, but it's that just here is like that kind of meaning, yeah.
Okay.
Means like Bodhisattvas, we so benefit many others. So someone has a really strong jealousy for that, and they don't want to benefit others and destroy. So that's a lot happening in this world too. Some people really influence many people, have good way happening. Someone due to jealousy, they're going to try to care, right? Some society or no society, but they care them, you know.
Yes.
So that's the core evil deed.
Thank you, Khenpo.
Yeah. The Bodhisattva is not needed to be like example, someone like monk and nun, like spiritual, like, you know, following, but just in the regular people, someone really benefiting other beings, someone due to jealousy or doesn't want to happen like that to other people. So that's why they care, removed. That's the government also does too.
Yes. Oh yes.
Yeah.
In many places.
Yeah, many places. So that is the bad karma. So that's why they're falling to the lower realms. But then there is like the 36 who bring to happiness even though who harm him. So then if that person is really Bodhisattva, they also do dedication something. This also followed by story too. The story is I don't remember the name exactly. I just check. Okay. So
I guess it's going back to this term too that we talked about before, as eons. If they're in the hell realm for eons, how can they be reborn out of that?
How to out of that?
Yes.
So this the last this 36 sentence shows for the out of that, because who bring to happiness even those who harm him. So I give you one story.
Thank you.
It's the Buddha's also. This is the Buddha's. Chira means like life story. Life means like many different lifetime story. We have a 500 Tapu Chiwangaja, Mada Chiwangaja. He Buddha, one book shows like he reborn to good life 500, difficult life 500. So each one has stories. So that he shared for in the when he talked about the karma cause and the effect. And so what he said, the one king. So there, create like the put cloth is a hunter. So that they have five group people together, 5 people together. The name is King Su Chong. Like I don't know the English translation, but the name person's name. So these 5 of come into the forest. There has one meditator. It's who meditated like patient. It's transform means always say truth, and everything just perfect. They don't do any negativity things. So he meditated in the jungle or forest somewhere. So these 5 people comes and they care that person, and they cut all the pieces of the body.
Oh, that's horrible.
Yeah. So then that person, like who's the meditation in the who get care, that person is a Bodhisattva. He did very strong aspiration for them. So what he did, these people, one day I can help them free from samsara.
Very good.
Okay, so that he did the aspiration, he passed away. So then these 5 people is due to that many lifetimes reborn to lower realms, suffering. Yeah.
Yes.
Then the end of the life, when during the Buddha Shakyamuni time, this 5 disciples.
Wow.
This when Buddha shared this first 4 noble truth, there's 5 disciples, right?
Mm-hmm.
So these 5 disciples, why they are? Because he's a first disciple. When Buddha, he was previous life, he reborn that meditator. And so that time when they care him, so this Buddha previous life, he did strong aspiration for them. When I have ability, they take to the nirvana.
That's very good.
So anyway, they get karma that reborn in the lower realms many lifetimes.
Okay.
But end of life, then the Buddha take them to liberate first disciple.
Very good. Thank you, Khenpo. I'd like
You're
a
welcome.
positive, happy outcome.
Yeah, so always like happy ending there. I brought down to the body of him, see, in whom the secret precious mind is born. I take refuge in that source of joy who bring to happiness even those who harm him. So even you harm to the Bodhisattvas, they bring you to liberation. Because their aspiration.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's a good thing we can follow this story there.
So that's my question. At one point you said it's really bad negative karma if you do harm or think harm to a bodhisattva, but then
yes,
they aspire that you don't have that harm. So, or did I misunderstand that? Because
can you say again?
So if you do something to harm a bodhisattva, it's really bad negative karma. Like
yes, that's the same as the first one, yeah.
Yeah. But then
34.
But then what I understood from 35 was that bodhisattvas will benefit you even if you wish harm on them. So I was just a bit confused, but maybe I misunderstood.
I didn't get who understand the Maryland question.
I
Well,
I think I understand because you
Okay.
know how it kind of like offset, even though we harm a bodhisattva, but then the bodhisattva wish you to continue to, you know, not be harmed or not fall into hell realm or not fall into you know, bad things. But I think, Sister Marilyn, I think that Khenpo used to say even bad luck will be temporary, right? It's not going to last forever, right, Khenpo? So even if we harm a bodhisattva and we have to suffer with our, you know, in hell realm, but that will be exhausted after we pay
Yeah, due to
up, right?
their aspiration.
Okay. Okay. Well, I understand that then. It just seems okay.
It's very strange, isn't it? Sometimes we have to look over
Yeah,
and
there's
over.
a 34 is you do like harm bodhisattva, the karma you're following to the lower realms. You have consequences there, but bodhisattva never give up that person. Even who harm for them, they're wishing them free from suffering.
Yeah. Okay. That
Yeah.
clear. That.
Yeah. So there's a story is very clear. See.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And one with another word like Zander, what they say as a Tibetan is Nender Korwa Tarjin, Zander Cheji Sanje. It's very good words. What means Nender Korwa Tarjin means who have some connect with bad negativity connect with the bodhisattvas, you are end of suffering. No, end of samsara. Means like one day you can end this your samsara. Like see this the 5 person like cared actually Buddha's previous life, but there's suffering due to their karma. But end of the end of their suffering, the end of their samsara.
Okay.
So that means like Bodhisattva never give up them. You know, wishing is one day happening.
Because they connected with the bodhisattva.
Yeah, connect with the Bodhisattva. That means like Nanger Kowan touching. If you connect with negativity, still you end of samsara. You connect with the positive one lifetime Buddha. That means like Bodhisattva is a very special object. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
So even you connect with the good way, then one life Buddha. If you connect with the very bad, and one day you free from samsara.
Okay.
But don't connect with any thinking about bad way, you know. Oh, I have to go.
No,
No. And what does a bad way mean? So let's.
Bad means like say this person, the guys, like 5 people cared.
Right.
Yeah, that is a bad connection.
But if someone
Negatively connected.
So it doesn't matter if someone doesn't realize that it's a bodhisattva and they talk negatively or they aren't helpful, like. But
you of course the person has like due to the dependent karma, you know, your mind or your speech, your body all has different levels, right?
Right.
So the karma, of course, definitely has, but bodhisattvas, they always pray for them, never give up.
Okay.
So one day that prayer is arise, beneficial.
Okay.
That's why the results, you know, that always 100% never always stuck in the hell realms.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. Sorry.
Okay, so everyone understand that or no?
well, I think Marilyn had a good question. What if you don't know it's a bodhisattva? What if it's a bodhisattva and they've somehow turned evil and they're trying to kill you, and you have to do this in self-defense. Does that go back to intention?
So if they don't know the Bodhisattva means like, then that person is not really Bodhisattva. Maybe they're not doing anything benefiting others.
Okay.
Right? If some Bodhisattva like doing benefit others, then you want to stop that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's the intention, see? That's recognized.
Okay, intention. Thank you.
Yeah. And mostly Bodhisattva, of course, knows like they're benefiting others. So that's you don't want happening. That's why they have tried to stop that. That is called the evil thought. Evil thought is not like he's going to do something for me. That's why I stop. So evil thoughts is actually that person doing so much good things for other beings. I don't want happening that. That's evil thoughts, right?
What?
Yeah.
If you're wanting to do good things for other people, that's an evil thought?
No, I mean.
No. If somebody is thinking about the Bodhisattva, he's doing good things. I don't want him to do those things. I'm going to harm him.
Yes.
Okay, now
Yes,
I
yes.
understand. Thank you.
Sorry about my English.
No, it's okay. It's just me sometimes.
Khenpo,
Okay.
I have a
Yes.
question. This morning you said that there are many levels of faults, or when you if you slander a bodhisattva, you will have a result of this, and then there are many levels. I think this morning you said that was written, but you didn't go into details. And I don't know Vajrayana, but I know back in the old days when I still start reading Hinayana and Mahayana, they would lay out, even if you don't harm the bodhisattva, you just slander or talk bad so that others would not believe him. That would also cause you to go down to hell realm for many eons. Is that correct, Khenpo?
Yeah. That's we have in the Sukhavati prayer, the long one. So Sancho Sambanala Krupata comes from Simji Sila Dechiwa Sancho Sambanala Krupata. If you're killing many beings, comparing is you slandered or bad words to telling the Bodhisattva. So that is more no virtue than you killing many other beings.
Wow.
So I thought that I explained last week somewhere in the way I shared essence of Mahayana. So long time ago, I don't believe that. Okay, so now I really think carefully. So it makes sense that too. So why it makes sense? Because Bodhisattvas benefit many other beings. So that's also followed by this kind of a different intentions. So Bodhisattvas benefit many other beings. And you telling like some slander or bad things and criticize. So other people's hearing that more. So you put bad karmic imprint other beings. So then that's become strong and strong. So many other beings get, bad karma and the karmic imprint strong and strong. So then you taking them all the lower realms. Yeah. Okay. So you care other people means like you just care other people, but that karma you go to lower realms. Not everyone going to lower realms. So we have think that way. I think that way. Then I thought it makes sense. The used to I think of course like people killing is more worse than of course saying something for others. So I have that little bit kind of experience because even I don't believe, I don't trust, and I don't accept. But someone telling always something that is stuck in your head and the mind becomes strong, and you lose your devotion slowly.
Yes.
So then you see the person is different. I have my teachers, I have a strong devotion for them. You know, it's when I see have a strong connection, feelings, many ways. But some due to news, people, you know, like many people always saying something, I hearing that, but I don't accept. I know 100% no truth, but I don't accept. Slowly that saying that is stuck in the head and the mind, planted, you know. Then after that, I see that teachers is kind of just normal and regular people. It's didn't have that feeling, same as before. So then I thought, okay, so that's the reason. It's slowly you hear these things, and even you don't accept the strong karmic imprints sit to your mind, then you lose devotions. And like that, many people happening. Then slowly, then you lose devotion. You become break up the samaya, everything. Then so that's take you to the lower realms. See, that's why. So this world is like bring other beings lower realms.
Thank you, Khenpo.
Do you understand that?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So actually, that word is like before. I think is that this is incorrect, because it's like you care many people and you said bad words for Bodhisattva. Is the saying bad words to the Bodhisattva. That karma is more worse than you killing many other beings. So
Yes, thank you.
then when I see that, I think it's, oh yeah, it's something, but I don't understand. Of course, prayer I always read, but I don't understand clearly. You know, that's just read, but don't understand. No, I think the due to my experience, I trust that prayer because that makes sense for
Yes,
me.
yes, thank you for
Yeah.
explaining.
So if you think, yeah, it's a bigger picture way, thinking about a bigger picture way. So killing other beings means like, okay, who cares? That person will go to lower realms. But you telling like this criticize Bodhisattvas, that's the kind of that seeds is put so many people's mind slowly. They're all going to take lower realms. So that's the reason we have to really care for, you know, when criticize Bodhisattvas.
Well, I have another question now, Khenpo. You
Yes.
talked one time about this. He was a lama or a monk, and he was practicing this spiritual misguidance, and they put him like out in the cold weather. The people had to be talking about him to know what he was doing. And nowadays, especially with the social media, there's a lot of fakers out there. They may be bodhisattvas, or they may not be, but there's a lot of people who are faking this, and they will say they're like a monk or a lama, and then the next thing you know, they're asking for money for the rebuilding of the stupa, or for little orphans in the monastery and all these things. If there's somebody that was like, let's say a really bad faker like that, that was not real, wouldn't it, how would you reveal that? How, isn't it important to let that come out so other people
So
follow that?
that's the reason we follow the Dharma, not follow the person.
Thank you.
So that's the reason we have to study this way of Bodhisattva, understanding Dharma. People who do know the Dharma, they follow that kind of people, then they create that kind of people, you know.
Thank you.
Yeah. So that kind of never can go away, never stop, because it's samsara. Yeah. And that kind of people always comes, all the time comes. But you follow the Dharma, then you are okay.
What if they seem like they're following the Dharma perfectly, but then they still do these things like you said, ask for money or advise you to do some kind of prayer or something that you don't know what it is, and it
So
may not go
yes,
along?
good way is like if you follow something like that, then happening like that way, and then what my is personally what I do. I give some if I wanted to do something, I give something, but then I don't say he doing bad things or good things. It's just close ears, everything.
Okay, so kind of
Yeah,
try to ignore.
close eye, close mouth.
Take off take them off your
Yeah,
social
just
media.
dedicate them what they're doing things, wish them have good life, good happiness. Okay.
Okay, thank you, Khenpo.
Yeah.
There's another question in the chat. 34. Is 34?
Marilyn, you're muted.
Sorry, jeez. And this keeps bouncing around on me. How about thinking verse 34 is clarifying, like telling us the immense qualities of bodhicitta. So does that apply to monks that tried to shame Shantideva and expel him?
So what that means? Can you say explain?
So is verse 34 talking about the immense how great bodhicitta is?
Mm.
And then if bodhicitta is so great, would that, I don't understand this part of it, would that apply to the monks that tried to shame Shantideva and expel him?
So the Buddha has said that whoever bears on evil thoughts against the benefactor, such, that's 34, you mean that one?
Yeah.
Against the benefactor Bodhisattva will remain in here or at the very evil thoughts. So where that says like,
I think they're going back to the story about Shantideva. So the monks that tried to shame Shantideva, will they be
I see.
going to hell for many eons?
Oh, they didn't have bad intention. They thought like Shantideva is wrong. So they try to have him there because he is not ready to stay in the monastery. They didn't want to have like this evil thought because they want to just make scared and go away, run away, right? Yeah. If they knows, then they knows like Shantideva is Bodhisattva, that he benefiting others. They request him to beg him to stay there. So evil thought means like, you know, if Shantideva talk all this way of Bodhisattva, he came flew up and then he said he come down. He said, I'm going to stay in Nalanda University. Then that doesn't want to stay him. So that is evil thought. Because that thing, oh, then this, no, you cannot stay here. If you stay here, I lost my job. Then that's evil thought.
Okay, thank you. It's all about intention.
Yeah. Yes.
Khenpo.
Yes.
You know, as we're doing the Essence of Mahayana teachings, you've gone over all of this many times, and you know, but the one thing that you really stress is when the bodhisattvas are doing good work, or when they're doing work that most ordinary beings would not recognize it.
Yes.
It's beyond our ability to recognize what they're doing. So a lot of times we will, you know, say, oh, they're not doing good or they're doing bad, but like you said on our teachings before, we don't know their intentions. We don't know how they're trying to do because their intention was always to help all sentient beings. And I guess the method that they're using is different and is beyond our capability.
Yes.
Understanding. So a lot of times, I guess, you know, when when we look at something or someone, you know, it's just best to keep our, I guess our thoughts or our intentions to ourselves, you know, because you know, a lot of times we really don't know what people's intentions are, you know, and how they go about doing it.
Yeah.
And you know, we're limited. We're still ordinary beings. We're trying to learn, but these bodhisattvas are, you know, they're beyond us, and you know, because like I said, I mean,
Yeah.
doing your,
So just drawing out great, but this the you saying, I think there's somewhere that says like this teacher like Bodhisattva also different levels, and ordinary people need ordinary Bodhisattva. So you know, and somewhere they mention about that because they can communicate easily, you know, understand easily, and connect with easily. So sometimes a high level Bodhisattvas are harder to connect with them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes, I mean,
And
I think
that followed by just levels, you know. The word that says some, I don't remember which teaching that says like the ordinary people need ordinary Bodhisattva teacher. Yeah.
Because I think, you know, taking the essence of Mahayana teachings really has helped us greatly understanding what we're doing now. It really, I mean, it's, you know, that Tuesday and Wednesday class that you taught is really opened our eyes to a lot of these teachings. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. When I created this book, I thought it's a little bit too much, but no, great. So we have good, you know, many people like really like and can receive this information. So that's a good thought, good, very good connect with that. You know, I thought it's a little bit too much, but if the who have these teachings not think that not too much is great, means like really have a connection with bodhicitta.
Yes, I mean, you're doing a great job. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Okay, so now who has questions? Sandra is like has a question or no?
I have a question, but it doesn't relate to this teaching.
So no related to the Dharma, or
It's related to the Dharma, but it's from our smoke offering to Achi. There's a line that says medicine that dispels negative emotions or emotions. And it just, that line just is so powerful for me. Like it just hangs in my mind. I think about how that can happen. You know, how is it that plant material can clear our emotions, can purify us? Like, do you want to comment?
I think that's actually, you know, not really going to get rid of the root, this negativity or thoughts, whatever, you know, emotions. But sometimes we have a, you know, strong emotion thoughts. You breathe also helps, like you say, oh, breathe, purify emotion. So that is like very gross level connections. Do you understand that this is like, you know, good smell and doing these small offerings, like you feel good and it feels like, you know, like connect with this spiritual and feels like, okay, it's joy, so bring something special feelings. So that is like very connect with the gross level. You think so?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think so. So that's why I have really good feeling. So you have good thoughts, good, like, I mean, connections for the prayer. You read all the ancient labels. They said like, release your thoughts, release your emotions, release your suffering. So those like only ancient one. You don't have to do anything other than that.
But some incenses, some plants are considered special, because they bloom all year or something, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
they also have a special, but this bring you like good connections, good feelings, create good conditions. But release emotion, like really you need to put something antidote, not just only like calm down.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Yes,
you get
like
too hot, you take shower, it's so great, right? So same like that. Or maybe you thirsty, you drink water, so same like that. That means like you're not free from hungry ghost, right? It's when we get so thirsty, get water, drink that. But that's really helpful release the thirsty, but still if we have karma and reborn to hungry ghost, stay there. But then this prayer is like the example, more connection than that, more powerful than that prayer. So prayer, like you do that prayers, of course, like you have good intentions and thinking about this benefit others, good intention with practice is like, of course, the release karma too. Sometimes this like calm down prayers. Yeah. Okay, so no. Very quiet. No, Avura, no question.
I can think of one,
See
Khenpo.
you're moving your arms. Yes, Kadis.
I can't remember where I heard it. I think it must have been one of your teachings recently. When is it that you need to retake the Bodhisattva vows? When you what kind of thing makes you need to retake them?
Then when you think like you have really bad intention to harm for others, so when you recognize that, then you retake again.
Thank you.
So
Thank you.
then you can retake in the behind your this Bodhisattva statue. Yeah. Okay. Avura, yes.
Khenpo, no, I don't have any questions. I was thinking on what Sandra was saying about the plant, the medicine. It's like with any medicine for any mental state, what it does is to give you a space, to give you some calm, but then you have it will not solve your problems. You have to work through it, apply antidotes and everything. No, just thinking about that. But I don't have any questions. We're enjoying the class very much, and Tanya is reading the book right now.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. So now, Pam, do you have a question? You mute. Can you unmute? Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. I'm sorry to do that. But going back to 22 again, and it said, what throws me off is it says, what need is there to mention? That confuses me. What need is there to mention, which, is a higher intention, I guess. What need is there to mention?
Mm. It's a rhetorical question.
Yeah, even so, it throws me off. Yeah.
So then what need is there to mention means I think each person, each being, what needs there, need to have is their difficulties is unpleasant, something we need to help them. What need is there to mention means so the Tibetan that says like individually have something problem, so that's wishing to dispel their conceivable merits. That's okay, or anyone?
I was thinking that that verse is a continuation from 21, right?
Yes.
So in 21, it says, if even the thought of to relieve living creatures of merely a headache is the beneficial intention endowed with infinite goodness, then what need is there to mention? It just means that dispelling their inconceivable misery, of course, is much more,
Oh,
that's
yes.
what it means. Of course, it's much more important, much more virtuous.
Okay.
That's the only thing that it means. It's the continuation. There's a comma after 21, the end of 21, and that's a continuation. The sentence just progresses,
Yeah.
22 is a continuation of the sentence in 21.
Yeah.
So that it only means that if relieving a headache is virtuous, then dispelling their inconceivable misery, of course, is much more virtuous.
Okay.
That's the only thing that it means, I think.
Yes, exactly. Thank you, Alvira.
Yeah, that makes sense then. Thank you.
I could be wrong, but now that I'm thinking about it, it's kind of a verse of humility in that Shantideva is talking about the positive and great qualities of a bodhisattva, but a bodhisattva would not, they would have humility. They don't want put up on a pedestal. It would make their ego too big. So he's explaining how great bodhisattvas are without that uncomfortable feeling of, and you should worship them.
So they wouldn't mention it.
Like a kind of a rhetorical device, but it's used in so many verses. And we talk about a lot. I just felt that they don't want to be worshipped. That it's something that you have to strive for, and as you are progressing on the Bodhisattva's path, you should never feel like you're that great. You should always be not only just humble, but you're always looking at, great Bodhisattvas, and you see how small you are. So it keeps that, it doesn't get them from getting like a big ego.
Okay, so and Adrian, do you have a question?
Not necessarily, Khenpo. No, I was just like scratching my head. No, but I can come up with a question. I wanted to ask you when you were mentioning about karma ripening. What does that exactly mean? Is that like when the conditions are meeting the karma and the karma is coming to fruition, something is happening and
yes,
in your
that's
life?
ripening means fruition. Karma is like condition comes.
Right.
You know.
Because the way I was looking at karma was like it's kind of like a flow, a river of events that are kind of like karma is ripening every moment, every second of your life, right?
Yeah, it's dependent which kind of karma.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So some karma is not possible to ripen in this life. Yeah. So anyway, before the ripening karma, we can get rid of. That's the best.
Okay. What kind of karma is that, Khenpo?
Just any karma can get rid of.
Okay.
Yeah. Ripening means then you already have experience. So you can have like experience suffering, right? So that means like karma is all ripening.
Right.
Then we cannot do anything, cannot change. So before that ripening, we can get rid of. Bodhicitta can destroy that karma.
What type of karma is not ripening in this life?
Oh, the hungry god's karma is not ripening in this life. So harem karma is not ripening in this life. And animal karma is not ripening in this life. Only ripening human beings karma ripening in this life. So long as we have human beings body, then animals karma, we have carried animals karma, but the karma is cannot ripening because no condition come.
Mm.
Yeah.
Can you give an example of you know, one of those events so we understand better that will cause the, you know, I guess it's because not all the conditions are met for the karma to occur.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So each animal has a different experience karma, right? So see, we are human beings, that kind of other beings karma we have, but the cannot ripen in this life anyway. So we are not born to that kind of realm. Mm.
So even if you, let's say, become enlightened in this lifetime, you still need a few lifetimes to burn that karma. Is that right?
Can you say again there?
Yeah. So what I'm saying is that as a human, let's say that, and I'm not talking about myself, but you know, if one is to attain enlightenment in that very lifetime, that means that, you know, if that person has karma that cannot be exhausted in this lifetime, does that person need to be reborn as a different in different forms until all the karma is exhausted? Do that make sense?
So that's the different kind of situations. No, always yes. We cannot say no and yes. That's the hardest answer. The reason is we think about we have the prayer reborn to Devachin. Who going to reach to Devachin? The person is not born or the karma, but still you can reach to the Devachin. And long as you reach in the Devachin, the karma is not possible to ripen because it's no conditions there. So then you can get rid of the karma is in the Devachin, everything. So then that person is not Buddha, but karma not affected because of some conditions that not possible ripening, right? And then someone like purify whole karma in this life become Buddha. So that's also some people have like that. Then some people have a good practicing, but due to some, circumstances, they didn't liberate, they didn't want to reborn Devachi, then maybe they reborn to other realms. They have stirred this other karmas happening for them.
But Khenpo, you said if you become enlightened, a Buddha in this lifetime, you have overcome your karma. You don't, right? Isn't that what you just said?
Yeah. Then karma is purifying.
Yeah, in that process.
Yeah, in that process, yes. Then purifying karma is not due to the time. Longer term, short term, not follow that, right? It's depending the person's ability and the power of practice.
This is yesterday whenever we were talking about the 3 eons, whatever day that was.
Okay, that's in the sense of Mahayana.
Yes. This is why I was freaking out about that first eon, because you can have karma that can ripen and take you anywhere. And if you have bad experiences, it's so easy to have a negative attitude and make it worse. It's very hard to have bad experiences and keep a positive attitude and come out of it.
Yes.
So I think it's so tricky, and that's why I'm looking forward to the next chapter on Vajrayana.
Okay. So anyway, I give you the answer like Jigten Sungho, what he says. It's Ransam on the Kirtana, Tami Somyan Zimporda means like if you realize your nature mind, these 3 eons also know truth. So that means he didn't follow 3 eons. Okay, then.
Thank you very much for your time, Khenpo.
So then Malarepa also have some words is like kind of a little bit words is like say Buddha is too much talk about relative truth, and all these beings start talking about the relative truth. How can liberate? Chandon Tikpun Gokol Kal. Then also, yeah, it's a Zoba Sanje Sharzenking. It's very beautiful word this yogis has. Jigten Sungho has, Malarepa also has. So when I can share you next time that. And so Tandon Tipun Gokol Kalote Chingdogam Mandoson is Jigten Sungho also said like it's all the relative truth is it's just always like Buddha too much focus that many beings stuck all the time in the relative truth, but it's actually relative truth. Truth is nothing essence. That means like you don't stuck all the time relative truth. Please go up to the absolute truth. Meditate, nature mind. So he mentioned about that main point. So what is Malarepa also say very beautiful there. I check. Time is actually gone. What Malarepa says. I don't know. I can translate really these words. This Malarepa is saying these words is when the last of his like actually he already passed away. But this song is come from like his body didn't get fire. They try to like cremate, like put the fire, right? and fire didn't get, the body didn't get fired. Fire cannot burn. So the reason is Malarepa, he retained for Rechompa. Malarepa has a very strong connect with Rechompa, his disciple. So he retained that person. Until he comes, like fire didn't, touch to the body. Like even they try to put the, the butter and make fire the body, cremate. So then, in this Purkang, like talk about the cremate, they make very beautiful kind of a small house. In that house, so comes this realization song, Malarepas. Actually, physically he already passed away, but still, like wisdom, he's there with them or the disciples. So he comes. This is actually kind of last 100,000 song. So he talk about this is like Vajra song. It's 6 main important he put there. So he says, my heart son Rechompa, this is my advice for you. Please listen to me. It's in the samsara. This body, this delusion body is created non-virtuous. So all the time create, looking for food and clothes, and all focus for taking care of this body. So they never end samsara's, samsara's job, like kind of like never endless work we have to do all the time. Never finish the job. That's the reason, please give up bodily activity. So this is the delusion body inside there. Also is mind. The mind is not exist. That also is create non-virtuous. That mind also create non-virtuous. So that mind is follow the your flesh, your blood, your is the flesh, body, and bones. So actually follow your body, they never recognize own nature. So mind always follow this samsara, this especially taking care of this body and never recognize the nature. Okay, Richard Jason Rana so please Rechompa, put effort, look to your mind. So Darshakyu means like really put effort and subdued your crazy mind. Okay. So then it's your body and your crazy mind between you can find is wisdom. So actually he didn't say the kind of like it's the body and the mind, and this between there has wisdom, but that's also is like we say evil. There is actually is negative, is like evil. That's also like always follow the thoughts and emotions. So that's the reason never recognize Ambong Dharma Dharma. Please into nature Ambong Dharma Dharma. So that is the free from suffering, free from birth, free from old age. It's beautiful word, but very hard to explain. And this life and future life, the between there, we have a pardo. So that pardo's mind is evil. Because it's create always negativity. That mind is always follow no physical form body, but it's follow the body, but the body is no physical. They actually part of beings they didn't have form body, but it's actually they have a mental form body. So that's why Milarepa said that mind is always follow the body, but no physical form body. So then never recognize in the absolute truth. Phyllis Rechompa go into absolute truth. It's a Tin Pub is means like really understanding or into absolute truth. So Rodron Corbaton Lenny Digdab Semboch is Rodron Corbaton is 6 rams samsara's city. Lenny Digdab Semboch is like due to the karma and the negative deeds, follow the what he says is follow the attachment and anger. So never recognize absolute true natural mind. Please Rechompa subdued attachment and anger. So Mungu Namke Yingxing the Zobu Sanji Shanzenking is we don't see someone in the sky that is Buddha, but he always is telling lie. Because always talk about relative truth. So if you follow all the time relative truth, you never realize absolute truth. Please, Rechompa, give up, follow the relative truth, or we we have a the 37 the 7 lamps prayer or the supplication to Tara. There we say, don't follow the words like convention or something, right? So that's same meaning. And Lama Yadam Khandro some check the telesovato. Please pray to Yadam Drakini Guru inseparably supplication. Tawa Gomba Choba song is your conduct, view, and meditation is bring together practice. It's practice like bring together. This life, future life, in the Pardo is recognized, is same. Don't create separate. That is last my advice for you. That is the last my statement. No any more other than information, Rechompa. Please take care of my words. It's practice that, my son. So then Malarepa is gone. Okay. Do you understand my explain?
That was beautiful, Khenpo.
Oh, really?
Yes, that was very, very profound.
Yeah, it's very beautiful Tibetan words. So this like say Malarepa also like kind of we say criticize Buddha, but not really evil deedly criticize. So he's just saying like Buddha is too much focus relative truth. So because he giving these suggestions for Rechompa, so he think Rechompa really needed to focus more absolute truth in the Mahamudra. So the reason is Rechompa, he wanted to debate. He wanted to subdue the other like who criticize Malarepa. So that's the intention he has, and the Malarepa recognized that if long as he has that all the time, he kept that, he cannot reach Buddhahood. This one lifetime. So that's why Milarepa told him. And Buddha giving too much this relative truth, like of course we have logic, investigation, and all these relative things. Like if you only focus that too long, then you never get absolute truth. So that means like his individually like this pit instruction for the Rechongpa, because he needed that. So that's why Milarepa is teaching is like Dalai Lama already said, is for individual. So His Holiness Dalai Lama said this. He always talk about this way of Bodhisattva is the Buddha's path. So everyone study that, and that is like everyone we can give suggestion, information. But Milarepa is like some is like followed by individuals like this, So then Milarepa say another someone is like say I want only focus absolute truth. Then he never said focus absolute truth. He said you are crazy. You even don't know relative truth. What are you talking about? So that's the Pita instruction. So yogis. Okay, so please, Marilyn, can you pour out this prayers? Emma Om Zara Sanje Nawan Daye Dan Yesu Jo Duje Jembo Dan Yonde Semban Tijin Don Nam La Sanje Sansen Bamin Korchi Kor Deje Om Zara Bade Me Baye Dewa Jinye Zave Yengam Da yin de ne sen bu jirma da je wa yin je par ma ju par ter jin ne nan de yan dong yo de ge da ge mo lan ta ban de so je san sen tam je ge men ro par sin je la de so de ya da ben za de ya awa mo de na ye so ai san jo sem jo rinpoche ma ji pa nam ji jo ro je ji pa nyam ba me ba yan kong ne kong den te wa re jo so nam de ye dam je zi ba nye to ne yin be da nan ban ze de Jiga nam je balon ro ba ye si ben to len ro wa re jo yambara ba vi je daran jen ba dan gen de za bo de an de yin de dai gen je ji se da lo jin ge wa de da tham je ra de mo chi zai gen ze gen jin chi je de ne la wan de ji gong ba Rinchen barje temba sing de bar Shedo de sang gong ben zing George. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Khenpo.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Khenpo.
Khenpo.
Good night.
Thank you, Khenpo.
Thank you. See you tomorrow.
Bye.
Good night.
Good night, everyone.
Bye, everybody.
Thank you.